Long before any Europeans set foot in the Americas, before caravels crossed the ocean, before maps were drawn with the names we know today, great civilizations were already flourishing across the American continent. They built monumental cities. They developed complex mathematical systems. They observed the stars with astonishing precision. They constructed powerful empires. The Maya, the Aztecs, and the Incas, three different civilizations, three distinct forms of social organization, three unique ways of understanding the universe. And although they're often grouped together as if they were the same, they lived in different periods, different regions, and had their own cultures. The oldest among them were the Maya. Maya civilization began developing around 2000 BC in the region that today corresponds to southern Mexico, as well as parts of Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. Unlike a unified empire, the Maya organized themselves into independent city-states. Each city had its own ruler, its own elite, and its own political alliances. Some of these cities were rivals. Among the most impressive were Tikal, Palenque, and Chichén Itzá. The Maya were extraordinary observers of the sky. They studied solar and lunar cycles, as well as the movement of the planet Venus, with such precision that their astronomical records still impress modern scholars. They developed an extremely sophisticated calendar composed of different interlocking time cycles. And here is a surprising detail. The Maya independently developed the mathematical concept of zero, something only a few ancient civilizations achieved. For them, time was not linear. It was cyclical. Great eras began and ended as if the universe itself breathed in rhythms. It was this cyclical worldview that led to the misinterpretation of the so-called end of the world in 2012. The Maya calendar marked the end of a major cycle in December that year. But for the Maya, the end of the cycle simply meant the beginning of another. It was renewal, not destruction. Their architecture also reveals remarkable knowledge of engineering and astronomy. At Chichén Itzá, during the equinoxes, the play of light and shadow on the pyramid creates the illusion of a serpent descending the staircase. This effect was intentional, but something mysterious happened. Many great Maya cities were abandoned around the 9th century. Dense jungles swallowed temples and palaces. To this day, researchers debate the causes of this collapse. Prolonged droughts, internal conflicts, environmental overexploitation, perhaps a combination of all of these. Centuries after the Maya peak, in central Mexico, a new power emerged. The Aztecs. According to their own legends, the Aztecs migrated until they found the ideal place to found their capital. The sign would be an eagle perched on a cactus devouring a serpent, an image that today appears on a flag of Mexico. That is how they founded Tenochtitlán in the 14th century. Tenochtitlan was a marvel of urban engineering. Built on a lake, it had canals reminiscent of Venice. Movable bridges protected the city. Massive markets gathered thousands of people daily. At its center stood the Templo Mayor, dedicated to deities associated with the sun, war, and rain. The Aztecs believed the universe was in constant danger of destruction. To maintain cosmic balance, they offered human sacrifices to the gods. They believed the sun needed to be nourished with vital energy in order to rise each day. This practice deeply shocked Europeans when they arrived. But within Aztec cosmology, it carried religious meaning. Beyond this, the Aztecs were efficient administrators. They collected tribute from conquered peoples, organized large-scale trade, and maintained a disciplined army. Meanwhile, in the southern part of the continent, in the extreme altitudes of the Andes Mountains, the largest empire of pre-Columbian America was rising. The Incas. The Inca Empire expanded rapidly during the 15th century. Its territory stretched across vast areas of present-day Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, and Chile. Its capital was Cusco, considered the sacred center of the Inca world. The Incas were masters of environmental adaptation. They built agricultural terraces along mountain slopes, creating productive systems even at high altitudes. They developed a vast road network spanning thousands of kilometers, connecting different regions of the empire. Messengers called chasquis ran along these routes, delivering information quickly, even without horses. Perhaps the greatest symbol of Inca ingenuity is Machu Picchu, built atop a mountain. Its stones were fitted together with such precision that they have withstood earthquakes for centuries. To this day, engineers study how such construction was possible without modern tools. Unlike the Maya, the Incas did not develop a formal writing system. Instead, they used quipus, knotted cords that recorded administrative and numerical information. The emperor was considered a direct descendant of the sun god Inti. Gold was not merely wealth. It was divine. It was the sweat of the sun. When the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, led by Hernán Cortés in Aztec territory and Francisco Pizarro in Inca lands, they encountered complex and organized societies. But beyond weapons, they brought something even more devastating: disease. Smallpox spread rapidly among populations with no immunity. Entire empires weakened before decisive battles even took place. Tenochtitlán fell in 1521. The Inca Emperor Atahualpa was captured and executed in 1533. Within a few decades, political structures that had stood for centuries collapsed. But the cultures did not completely disappear. Today, millions of Maya descendants and Andean peoples preserve ancestral languages, traditions, and knowledge. The ruins remain. The pyramids still align with the sun. The mountains still guard cities of stone. And the question remains: how did these civilizations, without modern technology, without advanced European-style metallurgy, without horses before contact, manage to build such extraordinary achievements? Perhaps the answer lies in social organization, in knowledge accumulated over centuries, and in a profound connection with nature. The Maya, the Aztecs, and the Incas were not primitive societies. They were sophisticated civilizations. And with every new archaeological excavation, new pieces of this puzzle continue to emerge. The American continent was already a complex world long before it was discovered. And perhaps the story of these civilizations is not only about their fall, but about their quiet endurance through time.